Okay, guys, we're just going to give people a minute or two to roll into the session. And let's just kind of relax and let our day fall off of us and be where we are. Okay. So let's just let the dust settle around us a little bit. I see people are still trying to get in. Let the stories of your day just kind of fall down around you. Nothing to fix, nothing to hang on to. Time to shift gears to what's real. For anybody new, the most important thing I can tell you about meditation is that meditation is not about you as a personality. It's not here to make you a better person. It's not here to bring you health or improve your sleep. It's not here to extend your life. It often does a lot of those things, but that's not the purpose of meditation. In fact, meditation is not a technique at all. Meditation is what's left when you let go of everything about you that you've been holding in place with your thoughts and mind. Meditation is an opportunity to see the real you, not that version of yourself that you've been conjuring to everybody else, not that version of yourself that you've been criticizing to yourself, but that real you that's underneath that real you that was there before you ever even knew how to do any of those things. There's a core to you that has not changed. And that core that you are is perfect. It doesn't need to be healed. It doesn't need to be fixed. It's perfect. It just has to be uncovered so that you can start to see the more vulnerable, transitory parts of yourself for what they are, which is transitory parts, things that don't have their own self-existence. So that you start to recognize the real part of you as the real part of you, as opposed to what most people feel now, which is their personality, their system of likes and dislikes, and this kind of janky, flawed vehicle that we use to get through life. People think that that's what they really are. But that falls away as soon as you stop talking to yourself in your head. As soon as you really focus on anything and stop letting the thoughts in your head direct your mind, that falls away, and what's left is you. So that's what meditation is. Meditation is an abiding in what you are. And you know, as we get advanced with it, things start to look a little complex, but there's a real simplicity to meditation that we kind of know in the beginning, and then we sort of forget about it somewhere down the line. And I'd like to bring that back. I'd like to invoke that simplicity tonight. meditation really is just placing your attention on something. In this class, we choose the breath, and not letting anything from your past or future pull your attention away from it. When your mind comes in to try and take you away, you just don't go there. You don't fight it, but you don't play with it either. You just let the mind be the mind, and you maintain your chosen point of focus. And this is something I've said 1,000,000 times over 20 years. And you might think you know it, and maybe on some level you do. But you don't always do it. When you enter into meditative state, you want to enter with a sense of abandon, a sense of commitment. You are entering into the meditative state. You will not permit distractions. And you're entering into it as if you will never leave. You're entering into it with complete abandon of the stories of your life. And don't let that scare you. You won't lose any of them. They will all come screaming back at the end of the meditation session. They usually do. But when you practice, that is the practice. Really letting go. At first, it's uncomfortable for most people. But the more you just gently commit to it in any given session, there's this moment that comes where it just becomes a simple choice of making that your home for now. And just abiding there, just gently abiding there. It's as simple as, what if I just didn't reach outside of this moment, this chosen point of focus? What if I just let this be enough? That is the doorway to the meditative state. So we're going to do that tonight. And we're not going to talk a ton tonight unless you have questions. For a few reasons. One, I want you to experience the simplicity of this. And really, really remind yourself of the simplicity of this. And two, because I got my COVID booster yesterday and I am sicker than a dog. I just feel awful. But I'm here. And I'm here because this matters. Okay? And that's my gift to you. That's a gift I've given on a regular basis for over 20 years. And tonight I'd like to ask for a gift from you. Tonight I would like your spiritual practice to matter to you as much as your spiritual practice has mattered to me. Even if just for the next hour. Can you give me that so that together we can just enter a really clean, clear place and magnify the reality of what we are just through our beingness? That's my request from you tonight. I think it'll be very healing for me, and I think it will move you forward in ways we can't even predict. Okay. So let's go into meditation. Placing your attention at the forehead and crown high in your body, leaving your eyes open. You're going to just let them fall to a spot on the floor or the desk in front of you just to kind of get them out of your way, but you're going to leave them open. And from there, you're just going to begin to watch the breath. As you're breathing in, you're right there with that inhale. As you're breathing out, you are riding that exhale all the way down. You're not forcing anything. You're just giving every shred, every cell of your awareness to the breath and tending to it for the entire session. At some point, The personality is going to realize that if you go any further, it's going to have to let go of some part of itself. And so it's going to come in to try and keep you from going any further. When that happens, you're not going to play with it. You are just going to gently stay with the breath. Return to the breath. Return to the breath. Over and over. And eventually the mind will stop trying to pull you away. And then from there, you just have to get comfortable and abide in the breath. Now, if you have any questions about that, you're welcome to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll get started. Your personal stories are a veil between you and your chosen point of attention, between you and this present moment. But the more you can stay with your chosen point of attention, that veil will part, and what's left is you in all your glory. Give yourself that gift tonight. Be patient enough to wait for the winds to die down as you breathe in and breathe out and nothing else. That's good. Let it die down on its own. Nothing to resist. Nothing to manipulate. Be the watcher of the breath. Stay with the breath. The clarity will come when the winds die down. Don't feed them with your attention. Don't feed them with your resistance. Slow the mind down. There's nowhere to go. There's plenty of time. I beckon your true self forward. That's good. A lot of you are there. Can you get comfortable there? Can you make it your home? As soon as you do, it will magnify effortlessly. Go ahead and let time stop. You don't need it for this. One less thing to manipulate. Very good. Stay with the breath. Even when the energy dips, stay with the breath. That little desire to end the session is your personality trying to avoid a breakthrough. Stay with the breath. Gently abide in the breath. There. It's starting to get cleaner. Stay with the breath. What if it were just this forever? Can you step into the eternity of this moment, watching your breath? The timeless eternity. Let go of any wish for it to be something different than it is. This timeless eternity is the only thing that is actually real. Everything else is a temporary conjuring. Strip this moment down to what's real and be with it. Be it. As you breathe in, breathe out, and nothing else. What if we just accept the possibility that nothing is wrong? There's nothing to correct. That the moment is just complete, just as it is. This eternal moment. Let go of that sense of being almost done. Be present as if you have been sitting here forever and will always be sitting like this. Let everything that stands between you and this moment fall to the wayside, unused, unexamined. And there's the intensification of energy. Very good. Give the fatigue a chance to clear. We don't want to end meditation on fatigue. Renew your focus. Good. Okay, let's come out. A lot of times we think that our external circumstances are to blame for how we're feeling. And you even see it in meditation, right? The energy dips down just because you're in a world where things are in fluctuation. But you don't want to use it as an excuse to lose your stability or lose your focus. Your stability is independent from the stories of your life. Your mind is independent. You don't have to just respond to the things that you're feeling around you. You can just stay open and stay with your chosen point of focus. And the trick to doing that is to not make a struggle of it. Because when you do, the only person you're struggling is you. It's one part of you fighting against it and the other part of you fighting for it. Instead, just willingly shift your attention to the breath and just let that take up your whole sphere of sensation, your whole screen of perception. All of those moments that you feel when you're just ready to be done, those are gateways to deeper expansions. When you catch one of those gateways, don't you dare stop. Don't stop meditating until you're through that gateway, until you're through that feeling of urgency to stop. If you can do that, there is an ever-expanding consciousness available to you that is not something you can even really talk about because it's what you are. But you can expand deeper and deeper into it as the false filters of your mind fall away just through lack of attention on them. That's what those moments really are. A filter is about to fall off. And if you can hang tight through it, you can actually become something bigger than you are today. Something more you. And there's a vast realm of exploration for you to explore in the meditative state, that meditative world. But even now that you're back, you can feel the therapeutic effect of that even on your story life, can't you? Your body feels different. Your mind has a buffer around it that it didn't have before. There's a stability there. You know, one of those things you don't even really know when you lost it, but it got lost along the way. Meditation brings that back. But again, that's not the purpose of meditation. The purpose of meditation is to bring you face to face with your true self. That's everything. That's the most important thing you can do in this life, is know what you are. And it's an ever-deepening journey that never gets old. I've been at it a very long time. Are there any questions or anything anyone would like to talk about tonight before we close up? Anything at all? Well, I want to thank you all for coming, and thank you. Welcome to the newcomers. We're here every Thursday and would love to see you as often as you want to come. It's a privilege to be here, and it's a privilege to have you here. So come as often as you can. Every Thursday, 7 Central Time. Okay. Good night, everybody.